Hello everyone. Today in this video we are going to discuss that how many number of functions are possible from A set to B. Okay, so let us see number of functions possible. Okay, from set A to B. Suppose let A and B are finite sets with elements M and N respectively. Okay. What does it mean? That set A is having M elements and set B is having N elements and both are finite sets. Okay. Suppose we define a function f from A to B. Okay. Then how many such functions are possible from set A to B? How many such functions? Okay. So from set A to B, if this is having M elements, that number of elements in A are M and number of elements in B is N. That means if this is set A and this is set B, function can be defined from set A to B. Here are M elements and here are N elements. Now each element of this A set is associated with B set. Every element is mapped to B by the definition of function. So we say that each element of set A can be associated with any of N elements of set B. What does this mean? That if this is having M elements, then if we have to map 1, then there are N choices. If we have to map 2, then we are having N choices. If we are having map to 3, then we are having N choices. So how much such functions are possible? Number of ways. Total number of ways kaise? If you have to map 1, then there are N ways. If you have to map 2, then there are N ways. Similarly, N ways. So on and N ways. How many times this will come? M times. Number of elements M times. And each element of set A is to be mapped for a function. So if each element of set A is to be mapped for function, you say that N is multiplied M times. This is multiplied M times, which is N to the power M. That means this is NA. N is the number of elements in B to the power number of elements in A. This is the number of functions possible. So this is the formula for total number of functions from set A to set B. We have to write the number of elements in set B raised to the power number of elements in set A. Okay. Now let us see one question that how we will find. Suppose how many functions are possible from set A. Suppose your set A has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To the set B, suppose B is your set A, B and C. Okay. So how you will do this? How much number of functions? So number of functions possible are number of elements in set B is 3 raised to the power number of elements in set 3 to the power 5. So as number of elements in A are 5 and number of elements in B are 3. So you write as number of elements in B raised to the power number of elements in set A. This will give you the total number of functions possible from set A to set B. In this way you have to find. Okay. Now this was all about how to calculate number of functions from one set to another. In the next video we are going to discuss more types of functions, that is one-one function, on-to function, many-one function, in-to function, bijection function. We will do these all types of functions part wise, and how many functions, one-one functions are possible from set A to set B, how many on-to functions are possible from set A to set B, how many bijections are possible from set A to set B. We are going to discuss all these in different videos. So thank you.